Are you aware that 70% of pastors constantly fight depression and burnout for the frustration experience as a result of ministry workload, discouragement, and pressure? We help leaders grow healthy churches. We are excellent at what we do, and we are fast becoming the best of the very best. Magnicraft Consulting is set up to help both small and large-sized churches become healthier by using proven diagnostics tools, effective retention strategies. We give the right and appropriate and professional advice. We are the certified church consultants with the Society of Church Consulting in the United States of America. Trust us to help you grow. Don't wait till it's too late. You will be glad you did. Call us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnicraftconsulting.com or magnicraftconsulting@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Magnicraft Limited. Magnicraft Consulting. Doing church God's way. Are you? Hello. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Yes, welcome. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning all the way from the city of Abuja. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters, the second edition in July 2023. We started the introduction of this topic last week, Monday, church financial decision making. Church financial decision making. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Welcome to this Facebook Live broadcast show, unedited YouTube channel, to this broadcast show. This Monday Morning Matters Live. It's been on for over 5 years. And we're going to continue with the topic we started last week, Monday, on church financial decision making. Thank you for hooking up with us. Thank you for always commenting. Thank you for always sharing. We're so glad you're part of this live broadcast show. As usual, as I said, my name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder, lead consultant, Magnicraft Consulting. Let me tell you a little bit about Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessment, trainings, revitalization, and strategic blueprint. Our vision is to be the leading church health consultancy that creates actionable, sustainable, and adaptable solutions. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S., also with a double certification in church consultation. I'm your host to the weekly live broadcast show, 7 a.m. every Nigerian time, every Mondays, to bring you good topic of interest. Now, a big thank you to those who are commenting and reaching out to us, liking our posts, sharing our content. I want to just thank you so much. Let's do a little bit of promo today. Okay, Dr. Tom Rainer is giving some massive discounts, and he wants to give this discount to African pastors. You want to be trained, you want to be certified as a church consultant to help your own church, to help revitalize other churches. Reach out to me and let's see how you can access that discount in Church Consultation University. My book is still on. Please get that book, Church Retention Pathway to Growth. That will help you greatly in no time. All right, to grow your church. Now, let's go to the juice of the day, which is church financial decision making. One of the things that is so critical to those who are in the top leadership is decision. Every leader who is at the helm of affairs of any local church will have to make some decision, continuous decision at some point as the church is evolving or existing. So decisions should not be something that is strange to leaders who are leading churches. You make decisions every day, you make decisions every week, you make decisions every month, and the summation of all these decisions give us idea of where the church is heading eventually. Okay, so that's why we're saying you should have all your data on the table, your financial data on the table. We're going to talk about some of those data, but before we talk about some of those data, you need to understand what is your church giving data. How much is your church generating every week? How much is your church generating every month? How much is your church generating every year? What's your budget like for the coming year? Okay, what are the trends behind the giving? What are the reasons behind the giving? Are your people having a buy-in into the vision? Are they buying into the aspirations of the church? Are they buying into some personal aspiration or ambition that if you don't understand those ambitions, you will not get their pocket involved in what your church is going up about? Because data, big data, data is a fuel of the new economy. You need to put data on the table so that you can be able to make some well-informed decisions in the coming years to come. Okay, so operating your church should not be done like a not-for-profit organization, okay, where you just make sure that money goes to where it is and there's no profit. You need to ensure that every dollar, every cent, every naira, every kobo that comes into the church is spent to make sure that there are discipling platforms that are being effective and effective on an ongoing basis. Okay, so that at the end of the day, what comes in should be that it is that your income is actually deployed to develop and mature disciples. Okay, so that's one of the things that is very critical to your income. What is the cost of training and maturing a disciple in your church? Okay, what does it take? What is the cost in terms of monetary, in terms of human resource, in terms of non-human resource? What does it take to train and mature a disciple? How many disciples do you have? How many disciples can you mature? Can you manage at a time? You know, these questions are questions that are contextual, and it is dependent on your church. Never run church like you are running a business, because the business setup, the business organizational design is set up for profit, is set up to get some dividends to their shareholders. Whereas in the church, what we should celebrate is not how much we have made or how much profit we have made, is how much souls that have been brought to the kingdom, how much disciples have been made and been matured. So the place for financial decision in the realms of affairs is very, very important. You must understand the financial books. You must understand capital expenses, recurring expenses, risk management, preparing for the unknown future in terms of emergencies, unforeseen expenses. And these things are all these decisions are to be subject to the head of the church. Okay, that's Jesus. Christ is the head of the church, and the disobedience to the head of the church can be fatal and dangerous to the financial health of the church. A proper understanding of the organizational design and the life cycle of a typical church should be from scriptures, should be a guiding it should be a guiding knowledge for you to lead your church well, because you cannot be running your church away from the organizational design that God wants. That's the blueprint, the strategic blueprint that God has set up the local church to be. Okay, one of the things in my trainings I say, okay, as a human being, we have the spirit, soul, and body. The church too has its own spiritual dimension, it has a soul dimension, it has its body dimension. And I say one of the things is that all these three dimensions are very, very important. You have to consider all these three dimensions. Don't just concentrate on the spiritual health, also concentrate on the soul health and also the body health aspect of the church. And so leading your church, it requires thinking out of the box, thinking out of the ordinary, to make sure that you are leading your church in a good financial standing. It's wrong for your church to be getting into debt, borrowing here and there. And so for outside visionary leader, transformational leader, servant leaders, there are 4 kinds of leadership styles that will be helpful to your financial decision making process. One is has to be the incremental leadership. I know it's rare, but I'm going to say it on this platform. There are all kinds of leaders, visionary, laissez-faire, transformational, involving, whatever it is. But you see, one thing about incremental leadership is that you don't go running your church on a 5 million budget when you have not run your church on a 500,000 budget. So you grow in incremental. I mean, you lead by, you don't go fishing into an ocean when you have not gone into a river, or you are not gone into a pool. So that's how you test the waters from the ankle to the knee and to the waist before you now go all out into the ocean, into billions of dollars in terms of budget. So one of the things that will help you in taking good financial decisions is looking at your incremental leadership. Where are you in terms of financial capability? I mean, it's a simple process. If you cannot manage $1,000, there's no how you can manage $5,000. There's no how you can manage $1 million. So and that financial decision making to increase in the income management is a function of your incremental leadership. The second one has to do with your empathy leadership. Okay, because you have to put your urge into control. You have to be able to be empathetic about people. Okay, your congregation gave you their hard-earned money. You need to make sure that you put yourself in their shoes and don't spend the money recklessly. So empathetic leadership is very important in terms of taking to help you in financial decision making process. The other one is situational leadership. I said the first one is incremental leadership. The second one is empathetic leadership, and then the third one is situational leadership. You see, the situation you are must be properly assessed. The situation you are must be properly assessed to know how you should spend. For example, from the beginning of the year, you might be able to set out to do a lot of capital expenditure, but there must be some time in the course of the year that you need to sit down, stop spending, and ask yourself, how has the spending, what is the impact, what's the result, the outcome of the things that you have spent so far. So situational leadership is a way of assessing, examine the situation at hand, and give it the appropriate situational leadership to be able to get yourself the financial decision that you need to have in your church. Then the fourth one, there are many other kinds of leadership, but I just want to make sure 4 that will help you to make proper and quality, well-informed decisions. Okay, I said one is what? Incremental leadership. The second one is empathetic leadership. The third one is situational leadership. And then the fourth one, which I'm going to say, is adaptive leadership. You see, money will never be enough. Money will never be enough for whatever you want to do. There's one money myth I usually use in my training, that people have this myth that if our church can have all the money they have, then our church is going to grow. We're going to make the impact they want to get. But you see, the thing is, you can't have all that you need, but you have a God that has all that you need. So you need to be good. You need to activate adaptive leadership into different scenarios so that you can be able to take decisions appropriate for that scenario. Okay, dangers for leadership by not using big data and using the appropriate leadership style can be very, very dangerous. Okay, data must be on the table. As I said in previous episode, data must be on the table. It might not drive decision making, but it should inform decision making. It should inform decision making. It should inform decision making. What are the financial metrics to look out for? Okay, when you want to, what are the data to put on the table? One is weekly in cash reserves. What is weekly in cash reserves? Weekly in cash reserves is the amount of money you have at hand that your church can sustain on, okay, without any income from the church. The duration that your church can survive with the income, the cash at hand, that your church can survive without any income from anywhere. So ideally, I also want to say your weeks in cash reserve should be like 3 months. Okay, 3 months is like 15 weeks. Okay, 12 to 15 weeks. And we are saying that whatever you need to run your church in that 15 weeks, you have it. You don't have to go to the bank. You don't have to go sourcing out for funds. So weeks in cash reserve is one of the things that you need on the table to be able to take financial decisions. Okay, how long are we into the weeks in cash reserve with what we have? Okay, and how much is coming in? You know, one of the things I'll say quickly is that churches are so quick to know how much they have, but you see, financial data is beyond the income you have as a church. The second one has to do with weekly per capita giving. Weekly per capita giving. And weekly per capita giving is the giving power of the church. Your attendance, how much are they averagely giving every Sunday? Okay, because you need to watch at that figure. If that figure is declining, then you have to reduce your expenses. Okay, if that figure is increasing, then you have some amount of money that you can be used for outreach purposes or whatever other purposes. So weekly per capita giving should be watched consistently to see what is the giving power of the church, because you cannot spend beyond the giving power of your church, even if you are budgeting on ahead or behind what is given. So you cannot spend beyond your giving power. If you spend beyond your giving power, you're going to go into debt. You're going to go into massive debt. Okay, so the first one is weekly in cash reserves. How much do you have at hand that your church can sustain on for so long without any income? Then weekly per capita giving is the giving power of your attendance of your church. That's also the figure. It might be $50. It might be 500 naira. It might be $100. So what it means is that a typical person attending your church will give this certain amount of money. Now, if that amount of money reduces, you need to begin to ask yourself, how are we going to curb out some of the expenses? Because if you keep spending as if you are having a high weekly per capita giving, then you're going to go into debt. Then it's a staff to budget ratio. How much of your budget are you spending on staff? You see, one of the things I will say quickly is don't always run to the solace of getting a new staff on board. I believe that your church is blessed with people, and you can use the people God has blessed you with, to do volunteer management, do volunteer jobs. You see, the ministry workload should be done majorly by volunteers. In fact, you should just have staff to inspire these volunteers to make sure that they are actually complying to inspire them to make sure that they are actually complying to the standard operating procedures in your church. So you see, when you begin to spend 25%, 35%, 45% more of your budget on staffing, then you need to begin to take some financial decision to curb that expenses. The last one of the financial vital data to put on the table is debt to annual giving. Some churches go into debt, getting loans from banks or investors or stakeholders to do ministry, and then you need to ask yourself, what is the ratio between these debts to be paid and the annual givings, so that you're going to be able to know when you're going to finish paying your debt. When you're going to finish paying your debt. Okay, make sure that you get a chartered accountant, a CPA, to make sure that it guides you on how you to secure a debt and how you're going to make sure you manage the debt repayment plan as you are getting your income into your church. Church leaders make financial decisions every time, and so that financial decision is such that it's going to help you to create the future that you desire in your church. I need to stop here quickly. I think I've spent 20 something minutes, and next week, Monday, we're going to go deep into what we have to discuss. Okay, we've shared quite a lot. If you missed out some of the things that I've shared, please go back on the part 1 and go back also on part 2. That will help you to be able to recollect and put all the pieces together and be able to ensure that you take some very, very effective and efficient church financial decision making in your. We're going to talk about the mappings of how do you get some decision making done in your church. But mind you, it's not a profit driven, it's soul driven. All right. If you have any church related questions for me, inquiries, please let us have them through any of our social media handles scrolling on the screen. Be sure if you ask a question or a comment, you're going to get a response from me, on more than an answer from me, and we're going to just have some form of interactions subsequently. Okay, please let us know how this video has helped you greatly. Let us know how this video has helped you greatly. Please, this video is helpful to you. Give us a like, do share us in your community, drop us a comment. I'd love to hear from you. You've learned from me. I also want to learn from you. Drop a comment in the comment section, and then I will see how to engage you so far. So please, we also do revitalizations. We do strategic planning. We do trainings. We do consultations, revitalizations. Please, there's a number on the screen. Reach out to me. Let's see how we can move your church, become healthier with excellent church consulting for health, vitality, and results. Okay, please don't forget to go on all our social media handles and do the needful. Please like our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let's see how you can get some of the benefits from a certified church consultant myself. So thank you so much. Till I come your way next week, Monday, with a continuation of part 3 of this episode. Is going to go on to 5 series. I say bye-bye. I love you and God bless you. Thank you so much.